Now, I'm sure you've all probably seen the wellness influencers somewhere online at this point. And we've also probably fallen for something, whether it was like a juice cleanse, I've definitely done one of them, those weird like foot detox patches, or thinking like lemon water would give you a 2-inch waist overnight. I literally did that lemonade diet. It was like lemonade and paprika or something like that, wasn't it? Can't remember. It was shit. And there's the other side of it where you look at things, you think you're just talking out your asshole. Like people who literally go outside naked and point their actual bum hole to the sun because they think that getting sunlight to your bum hole. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They can be a little bit weird, right? But to date, this might be one of the worst things anyone has ever tried to push. So this is Rockstar Mouse. And we're just gonna get straight into it so you can kind of see what she's doing here.
Day 1 of no sleeping. So for the rest of February, as a sleep detox, I am not going to sleep. I'm going to stay awake and fast for the entire month because it's the shortest month. And this is day 1. So I'm feeling pretty good.
Why?
We'll get no sleep tonight. And I think I'm just going to stay busy reading and writing. I have some audiobooks downloaded. Gonna maybe go for a midnight walk, maybe like a 3 a.m. walk. I think I have to keep my body moving to physically stay awake. I've got a ton of coffee and energy drinks. Hopefully, I mean, I'm definitely gonna need to restock, but...
No, I'm sorry. This can't be real. You are trying to detox your body from something it needs to heal and repair, sleep. And you're replacing that with energy drinks and coffee? This can't be real. She has to be rage baiting. This cannot be real.
This is day 1.
Why? Why? So she's trying to stay awake and fast. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's not how a fast works. You can't fast and also have energy drinks. This cannot be real. I can't know. For 30 days. Straight off the bat, this woman is very ill-informed, right? The world record is 18 days without sleep. So she thinks that somehow, without any kind of medical intervention or deadly side effects, because it can kill people, she is going to just stay awake. What is the point of fasting if you're going to be drinking energy drinks? Surely just eating healthier, you know? But also not eating, but loading up on caffeine and energy drinks. This could be deadly. People have died from not sleeping. Literally, your body needs it to repair itself. Fasting also doesn't work like that. If you're fasting, you can only drink water, right? And herbal teas. Sugar in energy drinks, even the sugar-free ones, have stuff in it that is going to break your fast. I'm so confused. I am so confused. I hate this already. Let's see how she gets on. Day 2.
Hey everyone, I am about to head to work, so I'm gonna keep this short, but it is day 2. And I'm definitely really already feeling the exhaustion and fatigue from my sleep detox. I did some research and I've been talking to some friends and mentors, and I think I'm going to do maybe 7 days, probably 5 days instead of the whole month, just because it is my first sleep detox. So I won't be doing the whole month, but I do think, and I'm hoping that I will reap the benefits of a detox even with just 5 days. But last night was tough. I think the body like naturally wants to sleep during those late hours, so I went for a nice almost 2-hour bike ride around 4, and that helped quite a bit. And now I'm going to work.
It can't be real. I just don't believe her. This is a joke. It is a joke. I don't believe this is real. I don't understand the need to detox from sleep. Sleeping isn't a negative thing. Does she ever explain? I'm genuinely outraged. So after she decided she was going to do this, she did some research. Why did she decide to do this in the first place? I'm so confused. If she hadn't bothered to research if this was even something you can do, if it was healthy for your body, if it was possible. If you haven't researched it, Why are you doing it? Where have you got this idea from? Has she seen some crazy person online state that detoxing from sleep can help you in some way? The body wants to naturally sleep. Naturally wants to sleep. Birds can fly. People can walk. Babies cry. Dogs poo. It's life. Also, bike rides? Don't be getting on a bike when you're half falling asleep, detoxing from everything but caffeine, and you're like, dangerous. Dangerous, not just for you, but for everyone that's around you as well. Secondly, she absolutely should not be working in that state, right? If I was her manager in charge of her, I'd be like, you need to go home and fucking sleep. So after 24 hours of no sleep, right, you are considered to be the same level of able as somebody who is moderately drunk, right? If she had actually spoken to any kind of medical professional about this, they would have hopefully pointed this out immediately and be like, not a good idea. So just talking about, right, what this kind of sleep detox would do, even for just 5 days, what it would feel like. This is just easy, accessible information anyway. You can find it on Google. After 24 hours, you would feel exhausted. Of course, have the same function as a drunk person. We know this, right? And be unable to safely drive. After 36 hours of no sleep, this is where it's common to start hallucinating. Yeah, that can be audibly with physical sensations or seeing things. At this point, you would also start having something called micro sleeps, where without even realizing it, you start falling asleep for a few seconds at a time. After 48 hours, not that long really if you think about it, you can start experiencing something called depersonalization, which is specifically horrible to go through. It's basically where you experience not feeling real or feeling like you don't exist and you are just experiencing someone else through your own eyes. So beyond 48 hours, you can expect someone to start experiencing psychosis, delusions, and the rest of what I just said, but on steroids. So deliberately putting yourself through this is insane. She hasn't even really mentioned as to why she would be attempting to do this. Why would you be attempting to do this is my question.
It's day 3 of my sleep cleanse, fast, detox, and I'm really struggling, I'm not gonna lie. I want to sleep every second. It's all I think about. And it's been really hard. Last night, my friend Hannah stayed up with me, and that really helped because I was so close to falling asleep so many times.
It's not real. It can't be real.
This is not for the faint of heart. I do not recommend you go into this without a little bit more preparation than I did. But I will say the benefits so far have been amazing.
What?
I've written 40,000 words of my manuscript.
Written.
And the past 3 months, I had only written about 10,000 words, so creative progress is happening.
I don't believe it. I think she's joking. I genuinely think she's like having us on. So this is day 3, part 2.
If anything, just for me, I'm kind of hitting a wall. And my writing doesn't make sense anymore. And I'm so tired. I feel like I'm dehydrated, even though I've been drinking so much water. And this is, I know, the hardest part that I have to push through. But this is now officially the longest I've gone without sleeping, and
I get it.
I'm really struggling. I don't need the unhelpful comments, so just don't even bother. But to everybody who's been reaching out and sharing support, thank you a lot. And
Who's showing support?
I'm just gonna try to get through tonight.
If you are showing support to this person who is fucking over their body, then shame on you. Get a fucking grip. These are the people that are bleaching their assholes in the sun. I really hope, right, that first video is not her in a classroom with a whiteboard behind her. Is she a teacher? So she's doing all this to be for creative reasons. Surely at this point, doing drugs is safer. You know, a little bit of crack, maybe. Just for one day. Some mushrooms. You know what I mean? Unhelpful comments. I don't need the unhelpful comments. You mean health concerns and people telling you to stop self-harming. That is what this is. I still don't believe it. I still don't believe someone would actually do this.
Hi guys, I know I don't look very put together right now, but I just wanted to say I'm okay. I'm okay. This is like for sure the hardest thing I've ever done. I feel all the plants in my room are kind of withering with me.
Water them. You have the time. You're staying up at night. How are you filling those hours? What are your fucking plans?
I'm not gonna go to work today because I just don't think I can talk to people. But I'll hopefully have another update soon.
Now, she looks like she just woke up. So she does look tired and puffy, but to be fair, like, this could have been filmed as soon as she woke up, or do what I used to do when I, would be in school or at work and wanted to go home. Just rub your eyes a little bit, rub under here. It, like, inflames you up. You'd be like, oh, I really don't feel well. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, you don't look good.
So I just wanted to come on here really quickly to explain some of why I'm doing my sleep detox.
Oh,
and
okay,
I'm
finally.
not here trying to convince anybody. This is definitely not for most people. I'm doing detox because I'm trying to access the creative inputs that are blocked when you're sleeping and which are not present during REM.
Shut up right now. How are you meant to be creative when you're tired? Not... Oh my God. Literally take mushrooms. If you don't mind damaging your body to a point where you are not sleeping, take drugs. Just at this point, take drugs. You know what I mean? A little bit of acid. Where do you even get that from? Not that I want any.
I don't think this works for most people, and I definitely don't recommend it, and this is absolutely not me promoting it in any way, shape, or form. This is something I'm choosing to do for my own creative practice. And now I have to go back to writing, so...
But she was saying earlier that her writing has stopped making sense. So how creative are you being? There are no creative inputs that are blocked when you are sleeping, right? Or in REM sleep. In fact, REM sleep is where your brain actually makes creative connections, right? I'm feeling like she has read about REM sleep and gotten it totally backwards and just rolled with it. Now, on the flip side, there are actually some research-backed instances, right? Where pushing your sleep back 1 to 4 hours on a one-off basis can actually result in helping you get creative. This is for one or two reasons. Being firstly that your brain gets too tired to filter thoughts in the same way it usually does. So you end up maybe being able to get a slightly different perspective on something, or you can experience like short bursts of hyper focus or flow state before you end up knocking out. Especially if there's any people out there with like ADHD, for example, you might find you can do things easier late at night because of this. Now, I get into bed and that's where I do all my thinking, all my all my shopping. I'm speaking to my partner. I'm like, oh, should we buy these cushions? And it's like, now's not the time, but that's when I do, right? But just to reiterate, this is only if it's not frequent and only a couple of hours, okay? Okay, so this lady is now going into day 5 and her comments were going absolutely crazy. Let's have a little look at some of these comments here. Someone says, so that creativeness you're looking for is actually psychosis. Yeah, it's your mind being like, I'm dying. Someone said, is there any actual benefits? My fiance just did this in November. Stayed up in a manic episode writing a book until he went to psychosis and was hospitalized in 3 weeks or by 3 weeks? How do you guard against sleep loss psychosis? Or is that the whole point? Question, have you been driving during this? Yeah, right, how's she getting everywhere? It's just so dangerous to drive sleep deprived and really worried about it. Take LSD, right? Or go lick a toad. Exactly. You will not get what you want through not sleeping. You'll ruin yourself and it could be permanent. I'm sorry for leaving a sassy comment before you're clearly in psychosis and need serious help. Please consider checking in or telling someone you trust. Absolutely. This is honestly disgusting. Don't claim to be doing this for art. You are not well and you need to not be putting this online. It's self-harm. But they're all right. They're all right to be concerned. But also people believe anything that's online, right? They will try this. So after her like mini series completely blew up and got a ton of backlash, she turned around and said this.
I was making a little joke and you guys got angry. I'm not actually doing a sleep detox, and I apologize for everyone I offended. I kind of was just making a critique about the health and wellness industry, but clearly my sarcasm doesn't translate very well, and I apologize for causing any harm. So
Okay, I knew it. I knew deep down that this couldn't be a real thing and that she was joking. Oh my god, I am so happy this is not a thing. But she did do this like 5-day long series with a really straight face, and she has about 20 videos online. And the posts she does have up here are nothing to do with talking about social injustices or opinions on wellness. Surely if you had a problem with a group of creators, right, you would just like talk through it and back it up with some research rather than go out your way to make it look as if you were doing something totally insane, right? If you cared that much about the validity of health advice online and how it was like potentially affecting those consuming it, why would you make something like this knowing it could potentially reach millions of impressionable people and cause them harm? Was she actually really doing it and then maybe realize how stupid she looked and then backpedaled? And I was like, oh no, I'm just joking, you know what I mean? The entire comment section is basically people trying to decide like the same thing, because it makes no sense for her to do something like this as a joke, right? So I was like, okay, but like what was there to gain about lying about this? It clearly wasn't a critique to the wellness and health industry. It was a muse for views, and lying for views is so low and incredibly pathetic. I agree. If it's all fake, you need to get plastic surgery. Hey, that's not nice. You should do an attention-seeking detox where you try and stop seeking attention. People are like, you're gross and stuff like that. Someone says, I just don't understand how this was a critique of the health and wellness industry. Let me know your opinions down below. Is it that deep that she pretended that she was doing this detox? Is her like critique of the industry a good one? Is this a good way to show it? Do you think it was a joke from the beginning? Let me know down below. I'm relieved it was a joke, I have to be honest, because I was concerned there just for a moment. Thank you again for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.